Hey guys, welcome back to Passion for the Wild and Wonderful. I'm Chris Ashley. So today I'm going to be patterning my shotgun. I'm getting ready to head to Florida to hunt Osceola turkeys and doing a hog hunt as well. So a friend of mine was nice enough to let me borrow his Carlson's Longbeard XR turkey choke that I want to test against the extra full choke that I've been using. Now this choke is set up to go with the ammunition that I normally use as well, which is the Longbeard XR. I use 3-inch, 1 3/4 ounce shot, 6-shot. And I've had really good success with it. But one of the things that I suggest and recommend that was one of the best purchases I think my wife ever made for me years ago was a Caldwell lead sled. I really like this. I use it for sighting in the rifles, shotguns, muzzleloader, but it takes away a lot of the pain, the recoil associated with, especially if you're doing multiple rounds. This here today, what I'm going to do, and I'll show you, is I've got right now 2 targets set up at 30 and 50. I really just want to be able to make sure that I've got some variability in my range to test and really see how much of a difference these 2 chokes have with each other. And what I'll do first is I'll set up and do with the extra full that's in it right now at the 30 and then the 50. And then I'll switch and do the Carlson choke at the 30 and 50 as well. Now one of the things I've already did is I've used my rangefinder. I went ahead and ranged them. I'll show you that I've got the actual turkey silhouettes set up on the backgrounds to give me a more realistic pattern or estimate on how the pattern's doing. So stick with me and I'll show you how we do. So I'm just giving you a view of what it looks like looking down the barrel and my setup. So as you can see, I've got the gun set up on the lead sled. And as I said, I've got 2 targets set up, one at 30 and one at 50. And then here's the turkey silhouettes, as you can see, to help set up for patterning. So that's the target at 30 and the target at 50. And all I did is took some of the yard sale stakes and signs to act as a backdrop and have those staked in the ground to just help give me the background or the pattern capability for when I go and put the different silhouettes on it. Real cheap, real easy, but it holds it up nice. Alright guys, I've got one in the chamber and we'll go ahead and fire this first one off at 30 yards and see how it does. Fire in the hole. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and do it at 50 yards while I'm already set up. What I'm going to do is just bring this base down a little bit to set me up to go back to 50 yards. So I'm able to just adjust this. If I need to, I have the front adjustment that I can bring up. So I went a little too far. There we go. Fire in the hole. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and reset the targets. I'll set them up again, 30 and 50. I'll switch out chokes and then I'll come back to you. All right guys, I'm back. So now what we've done is put the new choke in. That's the Carlson choke. Again, appreciate it and thank you Nathan for letting me borrow this and test this out. I've put that choke in and I've set up new targets at 30 and 50. And we'll go ahead and fire both those off and then I'll again bring you back and show you a comparison between the 30 and 50 with the Longbeard XR choke as well as the extra full choke that I have. Fire in the hole. All right, now we'll go ahead and we'll do 50. Safety on. Let me reset. Again, what's great with this lead sled is I literally feel no recoil on my shoulder at all. But it gives me that solid hold. Make sure that I'm not all over the place. Went a little too far again. That's pretty good. All right. Still looks good. Fire in the hole. All right, so what I'll do is I'll get all 4 targets together and I'll be back with you. So we'll see how good this shows up for y'all. But what I have here is the comparison between the extra full choke, which is on the left, and the Carlson Longbeard XR turkey choke that is on the right. So on the left one, at 30 yards, I counted 51 pellets that were in the actual turkey itself. On the Carlson, I counted 99, and that's at 30 yards. And I'll bring it in here just to show you each one a little bit better. Again, that's the extra full, and that's the Carlson. Okay? So we bring it up. Here is now 50 yards. Again, on the left is the extra full. At 50 yards, I counted 16. And on the Carlson, I counted 30, actually in the bird. And again, I'm not looking at the circles, I'm looking at what's actually in the area that I would think would be considered potentially good kill. This is the extra full. And this is the Longbeard XR Carlson. So in my opinion, at least, looking at both of these, definitely a noticeable difference using that Carlson turkey choke compared to the extra full, which I don't know the dimensions right offhand. I remember looking at them a year or two ago when I put that extra full in, that the Carlson is just a little bit tighter, but it appears that it does make a big difference. So guys, this was just a simple exercise to be able to try and pattern my gun using a couple different chokes, using the same ammunition, but to me it was very evident that the Carlson Longbeard XR turkey choke provided a better pattern both at 30 and 50, so at least I'd say all the way out to 50. Now probably what I'll end up doing is going ahead and putting another shell or two through a target at probably the 20 and 40, just so that I have a good feel at where I am up to the 50. My opinion is probably with the number of pellets or BBs that I had in there at 50, I don't probably consider going any further than that on trying to consider an ethical shot. I think after that, it's from at least the number that I had, it's not as likely to have a good harvest of the bird. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, I suggest using the Caldwell lead sled, something to provide that stability. I have no shoulder feeling at all from recoil or pain, let's say. It kept me steady. It keeps me from being trigger shy or gun shy from the recoil, and it lets me just pattern the gun more consistently and take out the human error part of it, being me. So I will be checking in with you guys. As I said, I'll be flying out for Florida tomorrow morning, and I hope you wish us good luck. For my dad and I, we're going to be, as I said, doing Osceola turkey and some hog hunting, and I'll be bringing you that footage when we're back. Thanks again for joining me, and I wish you good luck in the woods.